fire before me, cross behind me. My God goes with me. Who can be against me? No matter I used to tremble at the noise of life, but now I dance under fearless. Hey y'all. Chains broke off. I found my roots. The Lion of Judah opened my door. Hey y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Let's go, y'all. Stay tuned. Where my African sisters at? Where my Nigerian sisters? Hey, hey, hey. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, hey. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Hey. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to day 2. I hope you're ready to unload. Hey. Turn up a little with me, y'all. Hey, welcome. No demon that step in this zone. Turning up, y'all. I'm blood, spirit grown. Oh, my prayers don't whisper. They roll, my past is closed. I'm welcome. Dancing while heaven sings. Victory lands on fear. Let's go, y'all. Hey. Jesus is my shield, y'all. Hey. Ooh. All right, y'all. Hey, we're going to get started. It's 101. Welcome, welcome to day 2. Welcome, welcome to day 2. All right, y'all, we're going to get started because listen, I do believe in starting on time. So welcome, y'all. Hey. Welcome, 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 welcome back. It is day 2. I hope you have your lunch. I hope you have your pen, your pad, whatever you want, your phone, whatever you want to take your notes. I hope you are prepared because today we're diving in deeper. I want to first, for those who are here now and those who are going to come later, listen, I want to apologize. Yesterday, you guys were commenting, you guys was communicating with me, and y'all know I told y'all I'm new to YouTube, y'all. And so I didn't know, and I wasn't aware that my settings was off a little high. Thank you for tapping in. I wasn't aware that, I was on private. And I hope I'm not on private now. But listen, bear with me as I really navigate and learn my way around the YouTube world. I'm hearing that is a whole new experience. Am I hearing right? Drop in the comment and let me know what to expect here on YouTube. But just welcome you, girl. If you're new to my channel, I am Coach Lady Shaw, and I am a confident and mindset life coach. And I am here to help you elevate your mindset and to become unstuck. This is day 2, and we are going to go deeper. Day 2, it is all about moving forward and awareness and understanding why we are not able to move forward, right? So this is our discovery lunch. I put my glasses on. This is our discovery lunch. Yesterday we focused on awareness. Yesterday we focused on awareness. If you was in here with me on yesterday, or if you went back and watched the live, we focused on awareness yesterday. Today we are moving into understanding on how past experience can shape present choices, right? If you are just joining in today, you are right on time. You didn't miss any. I mean, I'm not gonna say you didn't miss anything, but I will say this: the live is still up there, so you can go and watch it, right? But we're going to understand why we are still stuck in our present choices, why we are not able to move past those decisions, and why it's hard to move forward. Why is it so hard? I want you to interact with me. This is a safe space. Uh, I do know that we are doing lunch together, whatever time you may log on. We are doing lunch together. And so you're conversating with me. This time I can see your comments. And so I will be able to respond. Hopefully I set it off right, like I said. So today we're moving, we're challenging our fear, and we're challenging our fear and our hesitation. So whatever it is that you've been hesitating and where you've been fearful at, today we're going to challenge all of that and why moving forward feels so hard. Does moving forward feel hard to you? Because if it does, then welcome, you're at the right place, right? Yesterday, you identified being stuck, holding you back. We are going to move further and to understand why it happened. Let me just set the stage by telling you that fear isn't a stop sign, it's a signal. Having fear doesn't mean you're going to stop what you're doing, because it doesn't feel right. It all depends. It all depends. But if you are trying to move forward and you are saying, you know what, I really want to elevate my mind, I really want to do something different, okay, you're going to be challenged and fear is going to come. That doesn't mean stop that, stop what you're doing. That doesn't mean put on pause the decision that you're making. It's a signal that something is happening, something is moving. You may be growing from one place to the other, right? Fear shows up when growth is required. Fear often shows up when growth is required. If you've been hesitating, it's not because you cannot move forward, it's because moving forward feels unfamiliar. For a lot of us, moving forward feels very unfamiliar, and it's uncomfortable. And it's like a foreign word, even for us. You are told to stay, grow from that place, but you feel, there's more. There's more to this. There's more. I gotta go. You feel it, and yet fear comes. Sometimes fear comes with people whispering in your ear, telling you can't do that. You may be like, yeah, I can, but they heck of somebody, you can't do that, and they give you all these reasons as to why you can't. Right? Right? Right. Hey, right. And so you want to definitely make sure that you understand. Let me also let you know that the mistakes most people make is waiting for fear to disappear. I'm guilty of it. Waiting for fear to disappear. Can I tell you something? I'm gonna take my glasses off for this. It's not gonna disappear. Fear doesn't disappear. It doesn't disappear. Do you shriek it? I don't want to be seen. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do whatever. It doesn't disappear through that. Fear shrinks and disappears through actions. Whenever the action that you take, guess what? Fear will suddenly disappear. It will suddenly become small. All the things that you're hearing, all of the noises that you're hearing that doesn't align with what you're feeling, because we feel fear, but we hear it sometimes too, and it doesn't align. It will eventually disappear once you start moving, once you start really going forward at this thing, right? And realizing that it's just a mistake. So today, the fear loop. Fear has a loop to it. It doesn't just have one thing. It has a loop to it. And so fear, here's fear, here's overthinking, delay, and then here's more fear. It loops on top of each other. Fear, overthinking, you're going to delay whatever it is because you're so fearful. And then more fear is going to come. And then guess what? You're not going to be doing nothing. You're going to remain stuck. The only way to break those loops is to act before confidence shows up. Do you agree? Do you believe that the only way, or rather you do or not, I'm here to let you know that the only way you can break the loops of fear is to move before confidence shows up. It's to step out before you begin to feel confident. You acting. You're feeling the fear and you're doing it anyway. Oftentimes, the things that I do, this is fearful for me. I think it's easy. It's never easy. Okay, can I pause for a second? It's really never easy for someone to stop and go and do anything. If spiders could fly, what does that mean? It's really never easy to step out of a comfort zone. It's really never easy to, you know, move forward and do things. This is me stepping out of my comfort zone. Coming on the YouTube, moving forward. This is confidence that showed up before me. Fear kept saying they're not going to receive you. Fear kept saying, oh, everybody's doing it. Fear kept speaking to me, y'all. Fear kept challenging me. But confidence went before me. Confidence said, no, you're gonna prepare, you're gonna show up, and you're gonna do everything you need to do, and you're gonna show up because there is people out there that need it. And so here I sit. And so I'll let you know that the only way to break those loops is to act before confidence shows up. You got to go out. You got to do it, even which way. You got to make sure that you are out there doing what you need to do. Right? I want to encourage you and tell you that. So, how does it look when you are, confidence is showing up for you, and you're moving, you're still moving very fearful. You're still out there moving up. It looks like sending something to someone. So some of you may feel like, you don't want to remain at this job. In 2025, you wanted to move further. You said you wanted to try something new. You already wrote your letter out. You already wrote, that email, and you already said you was going to do it, but you are scared to press send. You are hesitant to press send. Hesitant because you don't know what's going to happen. Hesitant because you don't know the backlash you may receive. So you're hesitant and you're avoiding it. You don't want to avoid it anymore, right? Having that hard conversation, you keep postponing that hard conversation that you have to have with your daughter, with your son, with your husband, right? Right? With your pastor, with your boys. Hard conversations are very, very hard to have. But let me tell you, in 2025, my home, we implemented hard conversations, baby. And yes, it challenged us. And yes, it's uncomfortable. But it also created happy space for us. So I want to encourage you, have those tough and hard conversations anyway. Because when you have it, at least someone know your heart and you're giving them the opportunity to continue to flow or leave, whatever which way. But at least you put it out there. How they receive it is on them. But you having these tough conversations. Stop postponing it. Have it anyway, right? Taking small steps instead of the whole leap. Listen, a lot of times people feel like they gotta jump, they gotta move and do everything so this and everything has to be aligned. Everything will not be aligned. Everything will not, and often it's not in place. And oftentimes taking a big leap without preparation, I'm very big on the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Without those 5 P's, you're doomed to fail. I'm very big also on taking small steps, line up upon line up, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, and then everything will begin to manifest. You cannot I suggest that you do not overwhelm yourself. I suggest that you take the small steps at whatever it is that you feel you are hesitant about. Whatever is challenging you to move forward, take those small steps and unbreak it. Don't leap, don't jump. Remember, there was a game when you was younger. There was a game that was out that called it was either Red Rover or it either was Mother May I. It was one of them two where you had to ask permission on how many steps you can take. So you'll say, I think it was Mother May. Mother, may I take one step? Mother, may I take 2 steps or 3 steps? And the mother will have to answer and say, no, you may not. You may take none step. If somebody tell you that, what are you going to do? Okay, so let's exercise that. Let's exercise that. I'm telling you. I'm saying Mother, may I take one step today? And you say, no, I want you to repeat that after. I know I can't hear you, but if you could put it in the chat, that'd be great. But if you say it to yourself or that game, a lot of times you really wanted to move. I know when I was younger, I'm from Brooklyn. So in Brooklyn, when we played that game, Mother, may I take one step? If they told us no, we may not. We had to stay there and wait, especially if it was somebody who hated on you or really didn't, or somebody who did not want you to take it, the mother's position. They really will make you wait. And then everybody will reach you and beat you, and then you'll be the last one remaining. You cannot afford in 2026, in 2026, as your coach, I'm telling you, you cannot afford to wait for somebody to give you permission to move. You cannot afford for somebody to say you may take no steps. You cannot afford for somebody to say you may take one step. You have to decide how many steps you're going to take. You have to make that decision. It has to be totally on you, because when you make that decision, fear will begin to shrink. Doubt will begin to go somewhere, right? I want to leave you with this understanding that progress doesn't come from big moves. It comes from consistent ones. Progress do not come from big moves. It comes from being consistent. Take that one thing that you're passionate about. Take that one thing that you really feel you that you've been putting off. You've been putting off that one thing far too long. Hello, 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 you. You've been putting off that thing far too long. And now it's time to stop putting it off. Take it and work it and be consistent. For 21 days, 21 days breaks bad habits and begin new ones, right? That's what I'm taught. And so take it for 21 days and be consistent. Small step. If it means you waking up in the morning at a certain time, be consistent at that. If it means you saying something positive to yourself, be consistent at that. I promise you, the more you water that one thing that you decide to be consistent, so that fear does not overcrowd you, hesitation does not stop you, you're no longer fearful, you're no longer doubtful. I promise you, if you take that one thing, I am a living witness. I can promise you. No one told me this. I had to work this myself. Okay, wait. They did tell me. They told me that this is what you have to do this. You have to trust the process. You have to work the process. You have to get your tool. I heard all these things. And I really did not know it to be true until I put it to work. You can hear these things, but until you really start to put it into action, it's just hearsay. He say, she say, they say. But when you say and start doing, you know the formula works. Right? So what I want what I want for you to, what I want for you is to reflect on a few things. You'll find that here in Coach A. Shaw's page. I give reflections, I give assignments, I challenge you. It's not just you showing up. You got to do the work. I had to do the work. You got to do the work, right? And so I want you to reflect on three simple. Reflect on one. When you feel hesitant, what do you usually do instead? So when you are hesitant about something, what is it that you usually do? How is it that you usually feel? What do you usually say to yourself in that moment? What is one small action you could take this week? One, remember, I just spoke about small action toward breaking fear and toward breaking being hesitant and challenging yourself at it. What is one small action you can take this week, even today? What could you change if you acted even while scared? What would you change if you acted even while you were scared? Now I know that's like a huh. What would you change? Because how you show up in that moment of being fear is how you're going to continue to show up. So what would you change? Would you change the way you look in terms of your appearance? Would you change your conversation? Would you change your mindset? What would you change? While even scared, while even acting out. So for me, for example, y'all know me. I talk about me, not y'all, me. Right? Change something, because when you change something, then guess what? You show up different, even while scared. Even while scared, you're changing the way you feel that fear. How would you do it? How would you apply it? Right? Today, I want to tell you that, and I want you to understand, and I leave you with fear loses power when it's challenged. If no one have ever told you while you're here on the second day of our discovery lunch, I'm telling you that fear loses power when it's challenged. So start telling that fear you got to go. In 2026, you can't stay here. You killed me. You silenced me. You made me feel very intimidated in 2025. No more. Because you will lose fear is going to lose that power once you start challenging. So after you get off this live and you decide you want to really put yourself to the test and you really want to start challenging yourself, I want to encourage you to say that. Show up in fear that way. You got to lose your power over me, fear, because I'm challenging myself fearfully in everything. Right? When you do that, you will gain power over that thing. I've always, if I can give you a little bit about myself once again, I've always felt fear had me like this. Fear had me in a way where I had no confidence. My esteem was low. I needed people to validate and affirm me. You don't believe that, right? Because I don't look like it, right? Oh, I had to go through the process to unlearn what I felt and believed about myself first. I had to get my tools: prayer, my Bible, journal. I had to get I call it my survival kit, so that while I was breaking away fear, I had to put in and do the work. I felt inadequate. I felt unlearned. The only thing I had going for me, y'all, that I felt could no one make me feel anything about was my looks. Oh, I showed up looking great, looking good, looking very polished on the outside. You can tell me I did not know how to be a showstopper, eye stopper. That's me. That's me. You don't gotta agree with me, but that's me. But there came a time where I was challenged. Hear this and hear this loud. Because there came a time where I was challenged where my looks could no longer lead the way for me. But I had to back it up with inward confidence. I had to back it up because I was being stretched to be here today. I couldn't just sit here like this and y'all look at me and I'm like, y'all would be like, click, another beauty face. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I'm pretty. Y'all would be like, what she got for me? So I had to, like, for a season, I would, if I can give you the year when I decided, 2019 is when I broke free and did my first live on Facebook. And I said I'm going to show up ever since then. I said I'm going to show up in a way that I unlearn what society, what me not having the proper upbringing taught me about myself. Because one day I was going to be sitting here. Now I didn't know that. But I didn't know that greatness was in me, and I didn't know that I was being called to greatness. It really is a call. Some of you that come on here, this may not be for you, and I may not be for you. I'm not for everybody, but I am for somebody. I didn't go through what I went through and be able to process and go through the process to sit here today very strong, very confident, not fearful, understanding that without God first, God first, to all my God and Jesus believer people, sisters and brothers, it was the Spirit of God that first pulled me and first told me and first showed me. And all I did was show up. Because they say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? Okay, y'all. Okay, so I just wanted to just share that. You'll find that every once in a while because you all are getting to know me, right? I'm getting to be on here. So I want you to know that tomorrow we're going higher. Tomorrow we're moving to understanding about. Tomorrow we're moving closer. We're taking our next steps. Today was all about understanding. Today was all about understanding the challenges that causes us to hesitate, that causes us to have fear. Tomorrow, we're going to be discussing boundaries and the next steps to move forward, or how to move forward intentionally, and how to apply it, everything that we've learned. So I want you to join me tomorrow. It's the last day again at 1 p.m. Show up ready. And do me a favor, help me evangelize. Share this with someone. Let them know that we got it going on during lunchtime. You invite someone, right? So I pray and I hope that this lunch hour have blessed you, have encouraged you, have stirred up something in you to say, you know what? I'm hungry and I want more. If it did, stay tuned for tomorrow. I see you then.